Japan.
What's going on, NerdTubers and geek viewers? Mr. Dark Phoenix is back with my review of Game of Thrones. It took a minute because I wanted to gather my thoughts and I wanted to do a lot of other things and I wanted to see what people were thinking beforehand. But if you haven't seen it, this is going to be a spoiler review, so come back when you've seen it. And if you have seen it, let's jump on into Game of Thrones: The Bells. Still don't get why you can't just... What would have been spoilery about this episode if you had just revealed that it was called The Bells, you know? But whatever, it's fine. First off, I do want to say, I'm going to include this in the beginning and in the beginning of next week. The cinematography, the way it looks, the way it sounds, the performances, they're great. It's just the rushed writing that I don't like. And we're going to get to that more in a second. But this was essentially just like a... First of all, you killed Rygel because you wanted to balance the scales, but she fucking decimated everybody. she blew the hole out of the from the front of the castle and just decimated the Golden Company. Which, by the way, that fucking huge hype and that loan was wasted because they didn't do jack shit. Daenerys and Drogon got Ultra Instinct now because she can bob and weave all the fucking all the scorpions and shit. And I was like, so you just basically killed Rygel to save CGI. You decided to kill a dragon just because you didn't want to spend extra money on it. Like, call it for what it is. But this was a great dragon horror episode. Like, at first, we see Daenerys in Dragonstone, and she hasn't eaten, and she's, like, you know, looking bad because she's upset about Missandei. She's upset about Rygel and Jorah, and basically everything that's, like, happened to her. And, like, Jon's rejection is, like, the seal on that. And it's like, you'll always be my queen. Is that all I am to you? And it's like, oh. Like, Daenerys is totally okay with the incest because, like, her whole family is inbred. So, it's like, Dany's like, okay, you're my nephew, so I'm your favorite aunt. So, but, Jon is like, I can't do it. I'm so honorable. I don't know who's realized now, but Jon is an idiot. I don't know. Tyrion is useless. He's been useless since she got to Westeros, but whatever. Like, Varys all of a sudden is all up against Dany. Like, if this season should have had 10 episodes, because, well, these past 2 seasons should have had 10 episodes, because if they'd had 10 episodes, like, if this shit would have happened if Varys was still alive, then I'm like, okay, fuck it, yeah, betrayer. I mean, you have all the fucking right to, but instead, the Master of Whispers is like, hey, Jon, you want to commit treason? Whether or not he knew he was going to die was up for debate. Like, if he knew he was going to die, he might as well take that one last-ditch effort. But since he didn't know he was going to die, then it's just like, fuck it. And I think he tried to poison her, so... And Daenerys gave out the softest Dracarys in the world. The city siege and complete destruction. This is what I did not like. I love the idea of Mad Queen Daenerys. That is something that I love. I just don't like how rushed it felt and how, you know, they're like, ring the bells, and she's like, and they're ringing the bells, and she's just like looking at the Red Keep. And it's just like, in the beginning of the episode, they had like voiceovers from like various times in Daenerys' life, where it's like, you know, be a dragon, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that. They should have played that and clips over her growing insanity to make her snap, like Viserion dying, Rhaegal dying, Missandei dying, everything she's been through, all the voices she's been hearing to be nice, or the other ones to like be a dragon. And it's like, everything First of all, I don't agree with it that it was fucking rushed. I feel like this should have been more episodes. We could have gradually seen this. It just looks like the bells, and it's like ding ding, snap. Okay. Why are you... Okay. Then we're just gonna murder civilians. Like, my way to do it was, I would have had the townspeople, even though they see Daenerys and Drogon, like, I would have still have had the civilians, like, cheering for Cersei or crying out for Cersei to help them. and you know, just showing her that they love Cersei so much. And it's like, okay, so we just gonna have to throw the whole city out. Okay, I got it. So just burn all the people. And while this is happening, I really didn't. I understood why you had to have somebody there, but I didn't get the whole Arya stuff unless like Sandor stopped her from her revenge plot, which is good. You know, the Hound and Arya always had a good relationship, and the Hound was like, "Don't do this. You'll be like me and you'll die." And she's like, "Thank you." For as long as we can all remember that Cersei's been on her list because of what she did to her family, I would have preferred if they would have like sped things up a little bit. Like by the time by the time the Hound got up the stairs, that's when the whole mountain thing happened when he killed Qyburn, the same way he killed baby Aegon. And Cersei goes down the stairs, and Arya's still there thinking about stuff, and she sees Cersei. It would have been better if she would have seen her, had her knife out, but then remembered Lady Crane's performance of everything that's happened in Westeros to Cersei, and she'd have been like, "I hate you so much for what you did to my family," but at the same time, you know what, I'm done. Like, give her that face-to-face closure. Instead, it's just like, poof, revenge done, I'm just gonna go. If you knew you weren't gonna do it, then why even show up? I didn't get Arya's other purpose. I know we had to have a civilian in King's Landing during all of this, but you really could have given it to like the mom and the child. We followed them for a reason. We could have followed them throughout the carnage, and she's still there for next week. And I'm not breeding into the whole green eyes thing because Daenerys has like bluish greenish eyes, but not like full green eyes, and they've shit on prophecy before, so it's fine. Varys was writing letters to snitch. He had no reason. I just said he had no reason to betray her. He's just writing letters. Daenerys is the most stank bitch in the seven, technically like two kingdoms. The Iron Islands, Dorne. There's nobody at Highgarden. There's nobody in. Okay, so wait. So we have Dorne, the Iron Islands, the North, the Vale. So that's four. There's no Tyrells. There's no Martell. Oh, there's a Martell. Yeah. So like five kingdoms. The stankest bitch in the five kingdoms, and I feel like all Daenerys had to do was just literally like fly to the Red Keep, and then just look at Cersei on Drogon like right in the face, and just be like, "Ah, sup, bitch," and Cersei would have been like, "Hmm." You could literally blame most of this on Cersei. Cersei kept poking the dragon. What did she think was going to happen? Even when Cersei's realizations were kicking in, hey, all we need is one good shot. All the Scorpions are destroyed. The Golden Company, useless. Lannisters all surrendered. Yeah. Your precious elephants didn't help because they didn't come, because they would have been useless too. Elephants would have made good dragon food, though. The representation of all the horrible things about war came into the picture, and like I said, I just don't like the writing. I like how everything looks, cinematography, the performances by the actors, the soundtracks, everything like that. And I thought that was a really good thing to show. But it's like Cersei was hot until Dany strolled up. Like that's why I wanted her to physically see her. Like Cersei, Qyburn, and the Mountain are in the top floor of the Red Keep. Dany and Drogon are like right in front, and Dany's like, you bitch, Dracarys, and it's like whoosh. That would have been a much better scene if she would have burned them in the Red Keep, but then the Mountain survived, and that's when the Hound shows up. So that's what I would have liked that scene a little better. Proud Cersei died with a happy ending. I look so stupid because I kept telling people, nah, Jaime's not a fuckboy. Jaime is going to go kill Cersei because he's tired of her shit. What happens? Jaime's like, I never really cared for the innocents, if I'm to be honest. Really? Because you saved them from when the Mad King wanted to do this. So, what? And I get it, you know, sometimes when you're that much in love with somebody, it's toxic and it's really hard to break away from. And sometimes when you're at that level, you feel like you don't deserve happiness and you just want to revert and go back to what you want to do. So I get that, but I just, I told so many people they were gonna, that Jaime was gonna strangle the fuck out of Cersei. I also feel like there really was no point in Daenerys destroying the city. Like, Daenerys let out the wildfire by accident. Like, I feel like Cersei kept talking shit about her wanting to destroy the city. Can we first talk about how Cersei got no consequences for blowing up the Vatican and killing the Pope and a bunch of other people? Like, everyone's like, Queen Cersei. It's like, but she blew up y'all version of the Vatican, murdered the Pope, killed some land, killed her own family members, killed the Tyrells, and just want to help me understand. But Cersei took what she wanted by fear, force, and power, and false fear propaganda. So it's fine. It's fine. But I'm kind of glad Arya didn't kill Cersei. Like I said, I just wanted to see her face to face and just be like, hey, bitch, I feel bad that your kids died, but you killed my dad, but you're not worth killing because karma's a bitch. And Cersei died to bricks. Jaime and Cersei embraced and they died to bricks. I don't want my baby to die. Bitch. Bitch. No. Every time somebody tried to negotiate about how you and your baby should have just stepped the fuck down, you was all like, no. Every time. Tyrion, before you unnecessarily killed Missandei, was like, do it for your baby. And now all of a sudden, because you about to die, I want my baby to live. You shouldn't have killed Missandei. You should have stepped the fuck down. Honestly, all this could have been saved if you hadn't killed Missandei. But, you know, it's whatever. Daenerys going crazy wasn't out of her character. It was always portrayed that she had that madness in her. But her killing the slave masters or her, you know, doing all these other things, it's like people are like, oh, it was foreshadowed. Yeah. It was also foreshadowed for Jon Snow to be Azor Ahai. It was also foreshadowed that Jaime was going to strangle Cersei to death. And it was also foreshadowed that Bran would contribute to the story. But yeah, foreshadowing is not character development. I'm sorry. Foreshadowing is not character development. This Dany moment for us was basically like, the reason that they blew up the Sept, I feel like, is because they knew they were reaching the end game of things, and they were like, we need a way to get rid of a lot of actors, and Cersei's like, hold my wine. So you basically put a lot of main characters in the Sept for Cersei to blow up, and that's like, yep, less people to pay, and now it's like, we just gonna throw the whole city out. Let's just fucking go. Dany didn't earn her madness because she was in her prime when she first landed. She had the Unsullied and the Dothraki, and she was... And I'll never understand Tyrion and Varys' take the throne gently plan. Like, you... Sometimes in war, people gotta go. Like, I'm not advocating for blowing up the city. I'm just saying, Daenerys should have... when Tyrion's dumbass plan of going to Dorne to ferry the Dornish back and forth, when Euron first destroyed her fleet and her allies and shit, Daenerys was like, I'm gonna go destroy his Iron Fleet. They had no scorpions, they had nothing to lose, and that's when they should have let her destroy the Iron Fleet. That way they wouldn't have been able to get the Golden Company. It's really sad because a lot of people thought that they were gonna jump ship, but they didn't because they were gone just like that. And I feel like the way to counsel Daenerys in her madness is to give her alternatives. Like, destroy his fleet and that's it. Destroy the fleet and then come back. She did a lot. She lost Viserion the first time because Jon convinced her that this war was more important than the throne. Daenerys could have taken the throne first, been in Kingsland and chillin', you know, got the dragon flags everywhere. And when she went to go fight the Great War with Jon, she could have just left Tyrion in charge. And then everything else would have been fine. Everything else would have happened that way. But no, you have to take the throne gently because that's what the fuck happens. I'm not on the train of hating Dan and Dave. I do think they're great adapters. I think the first 4 or 5 seasons, when they had more material to work with, was great. I just think that everything's rushed because they're exhausted and they're done, and you can tell they're done. But it's like HBO wanted more episodes and more seasons. Dan and Dave were like, no, I feel like they should have at least made these last 2 seasons 10 episodes. But I understood Mad Queen, but we got there too fast. That was dumb as hell. Danny went mad because she was hungry and she wasn't eating. And I'm like, that's relatable, because sometimes when I'm hungry, I just want to burn cities to the ground. Like, Danny should have ate, should have got some nephew dick, she'd have been fine. Arya got some dick, she saved the world from the apocalypse. Daenerys did not get dick and she killed everybody. And yeah. But we didn't know the politics or the situations of behind Cersei because she got killed by bricks. And the episode looked great. The episode sounded great. The performances were great. War is bad. I totally get that. But everything's just so rushed. This week is the series finale. And I feel like Daenerys is going to die on Sunday. Because that's the only way to do it. Unless Daenerys pulls a fucking 360 and she's like, you know who I really miss? Your big mouth sister. I'm going to go visit her right quick. And everything is just so rushed this season, and things didn't connect, things didn't make sense. I'll save that for my next review. I'll save that for my series finale video. But all in all, I did like the episode. We got Clegane Bowl. That was fun. He looking like big purple Varys. He was literally indestructible. Like when you have a common sword and your opponent has legendary armor, and you're like, why won't you die? And I do think her madness was something to look forward to, but it was just part of a rush storyline, and there's no way to really enjoy it because it's not earned. It's just poof, she's crazy. Like, so all the children she saved in Meereen, all the good stuff she tried to do in Meereen means nothing. I really feel like Jorah would have been able to talk her down from destroying the city. I feel like Jorah just would have been like, fly to the Red Cape! Burn that bitch Cersei! And nope. Poof. Daenerys is crazy because that's her family, and that's a real messed up, that's a real fucked up lesson here, is that just because Daenerys' father is crazy doesn't make her crazy. Like, there were Targaryens that were amazing, and they were good. So, again, rush storytelling. Let's just blame it on the fact that her dad was a piece of shit. Like, alright, cool. Thanks. All in all, though, I did like the episode. There was just a lot of other problems. We didn't even get into the Golden Company fought. They talked all this shit. Harry Strickland ran away and got massacred. The Golden Company got massacred. And I like that Daenerys had destroyed all the Scorpions. I feel like that should have been the earlier plan when she still had Rhaegal. Like, you'll never be... Dany forgot about Euron's Iron Fleet. No, the fuck she didn't. How fucking dare you? What? She knows full well who Euron is. So, no. I can't deal with that. But all in all, I like the way the episode looked and sounded and the performances. I don't like that it was rushed. What did you guys think? Comment down below, let me know. This week is the series finale. And I have mixed feelings because part of me doesn't care. Part of me doesn't care because it's going to be rushed anyway. And it's not going to be like old Game of Thrones where it was like heartbreaking for the sake of great storytelling. Ned dying because he was stupid. Robb and them dying at the Red Wedding because Robb was stupid. Oberyn dying because he was stupid. It's just, we hate this story, we want to get it out fast. But let me know what you guys thought about it, and I'll catch you guys next time for another great video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I'm playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney HD, and I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and we can nerd out and talk on there. All my social media links are in the description down below. Don't forget, guys, to stay positive, stay on the grind. Everything happens for a reason, and I love and support you the same way you love and support me. And I'll catch you guys next time for another great video. I love you guys so much.